Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa Morrell and I'm a personal stylist for the everyday woman. Now today's a little bit different. I'm finally doing this video for you, which is on how I style my hair. I honestly haven't got a clue why this question keeps coming up because I think my hair's quite messy. I just basically curl it. I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of tips that I can share with you, but I will literally just show you what I do. I do have a really fantastic hairdresser who has shared a few tips along the way, so I'll certainly share those with you. But what I thought I would also do during the curling process is answer some of your questions. I did a Q&A on Instagram and I've had loads and loads of messages. I looked at them. There must be 300, 400 messages, something on those lines. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to answer them off the cuff, live on camera, like I say, whilst I'm curling my hair. So we'll also go through those as well. Yeah, so like I say, an unusual video. You'll usually find me styling clothes. So if that's something that you've tuned in for, I'll put a link up here to my main channel, where you can watch me dress women of all different shapes and sizes live on YouTube, as well as doing clothing hauls and things like that. But let's get started. Okay, so first of all, wet out of the shower. It's dried a little bit here at the front. I'm not one for really sort of posh products or anything like that. I tend to just share them with my daughter. So here I've just got a Heat Slayer iron spray from L'Oreal. I do like the keratin stuff if I'm sort of treating myself, if I'm honest with you, but equally when it's run out, I just use whatever my daughter's got. But I do always use a spray to prevent sort of heat damage. And you can probably see here I'm really in need of a cut. Ashley, if you're watching this, I've got a lot of split ends. It's not in good condition. I've just got back from holiday. My hair always gets really bleached in the sun, which is a nightmare. Sorry, I'm jangling. Can you hear me jangling away? Let me just take this off, as lovely as it is. That's my my Monica Vinader. I've often got that on my neck, but I'm about to film a white dresses video and I've put a little pearl that I usually wear on my bracelet. I've put it on my necklace and then I've swapped my necklace onto my bracelet, but I feel like I'm jangling away, so just take that off you so it doesn't annoy anyone. Okay, so hairdryer. This is one that you may not have seen. This, full disclosure, this was gifted to me, but a little bit of a story around this is that my own hairdresser was using this maybe about 6 months or so. It's called the Zuvi, or that's how I say it anyway. And it is an expensive hairdryer. I think it was about £300-ish, something on those lines. And she used it on my hair. She got it really lovely and silky. Kind of came home, looked at the price, thought, no way, I'm not paying for that for a hairdryer. And then they contacted me and asked to gift me one. So the universe was listening, so I was like, yes, please. And now all I would say is I almost wish I hadn't tried it. My daughter wants one. She uses it constantly. It is really, really lovely. It takes any frizz out of your hair. As you can see, I've got the diffuser on it right now. And what it essentially does, it uses this light care to directly dry the water on the surface of your hair, but not inside. So those cuticles and the inside bit really retain the moisture. So it makes your hair shinier, tick. Definitely does that. It keeps your colour for longer. It makes it smoother. I can 100% guarantee that. My daughter has really tight ringlet hair, and being 14, all she wants to do is straighten it, which makes it frizzy. And like I say, she steals this, well, she uses it all the time basically. And we recently went on holiday where we just took a little travel one with us, and her hair was quite large and out of control, so we were both keen to come back to this. And actually I think that's actually quite a good testimony to it. And I know a lot of you will probably say, is it worth the money? and I would probably say I've kind of got used to using it. So, you know, when you then don't recognize the power of something. But after holiday, using, you know, a little not very good one, and then coming back to this, yes, I missed it. Yes, it's worth the money. This runs off a lower temperature, and that's why my hairdresser said she uses it, because it doesn't damage their hair as much. Anyway, so I'm going on, but that's why I use this hairdryer. It comes with like a styling tool. Hold on a minute. Like that, magnetic. You can just put it on. Really, really easy to use. But like I say, I use the diffuser first of all, so I will just quickly dry my hair and then we will go back styling it. The one thing I should say is it's a lot quieter than the other hairdryer, certainly like the old one that we were using on holiday. I'll put it on just so you can hear it, but then I'll fast forward this bit because you're not going to be able to hear me speak anyway. So once I've got a little bit of volume in the roots, you can see that, that's what I use the diffuser for, then I swap it over and just use it in its normal form. I know most of these videos you're going to see people clipping hair up and doing it in sections. I haven't got time for that. So once I've got the sort of thickness of the water out, I then add on this tool, which is like a styling tool. Actually, there's always a note on here. What does it say? Basically, when you use this tool, you take it down to a different setting. So the settings are care, fast, soft, and style. So for some reason, you put it on the style, and then I use this to kind of smooth down my hair. Otherwise, I find it goes a little bit fly away. So there we go. So no hairdressing techniques, me just blowing away basically. But when you have got the nice tools to do it with, it does help that the lack of expertise doesn't show up that much. Not silkier than a normal hairdryer does it, I think, and shinier, most definitely. Now my hair's in bad condition anyway, but if I was showing you that with a normal hairdryer, that would look like it was really broken. The other thing is it's really, really hot outside today, but I have got a full face of makeup on and it hasn't even touched it. It hasn't made me sweaty or anything. So I think generally speaking, I do really like it. I think it takes care of my hair a lot better, and I know for a lot of us who are experiencing menopause and things like that, then the hair is really getting affected by it. I've got a lot of clients who are thinning a lot, and I would say just like you would invest in a really nice blazer or something that's going to make you feel confident, then something like that might go on the Christmas list. Or we bought my girlfriend one of these. I say we because there was like 5 or 6 of us that all put the money together and got her one, and that was a really, really nice way to treat somebody. But yeah, anyway, next stage I think that you're probably more interested in. So what do I use? I flick between 2 items. So the one that I have had, I was working this out earlier on, I reckon I've had this for about 16, 17 years. It is the, I don't know how you say it, Spanish I think, Jose Eber. No, I won't be pronouncing that right. I should be doing it in some lovely Spanish accent. Let me see if I can get a close-up on it for you. There we go. That's it. It is a curling wand, and I use the biggest barrel, which I think is 32 millimeters. However, I also use the GHD beach wave one as well. I'm going to put a picture in now for you. Unfortunately, my daughter has taken it away with her because, like I say, she's got really tight curly hair, so she spends ages straightening it, then she wants a beach wave, so she's took it with her. Why do I use this one sometimes and the GHD? This one, the curls stay in for 3 to 4 days easy, but they produce a lot tighter of a curl. So I'm about to film. So ordinarily I'd curl it in the morning, and then by the time I come to film in the afternoon, it's dropped quite a bit and it's just really nice and wavy, and then it will last for 3 or 4 days just with a bit of dry shampoo in. And I almost like the curls that this produces a day or 2 days later, where I use my GHD one when I just want that loose look curl straight away. But unfortunately, that one doesn't tend to last on my hair. So I might get 1.5, 2 days or something on those lines with the GHD Beach Wave, but it gives me the instant look I'm looking for, where this one will allow me to go for 3 or 4 days. I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure it does. So let me get this plugged in and we will start on some of your questions. Okay, so we're going to be using the Jose Eber one today then, given that I haven't got the other one here. You wear a glove with it, which just stops your hand from burning. I have burnt myself quite a few times on my face with this. So I don't do what everybody else does, which is section pieces of the hair and then just doing that bit, then letting that bit down and doing that. I don't do that. I know I probably should, but I don't, and I want to keep this real, so this is how I do it. I start off with these front bits, even that bit, I know you're meant to do these last. And the key for me is that I hold it down. If you see me looking down all the time, it's because I've got a little mirror in front of me. And I hold it down like that. But can you see, I don't go to the ends. Now that's what creates more of a kind of beach, scraggy, unkept type of look, by not going to the ends there. I think when I see a perfectly curled hair on somebody that goes right down to the roots, for me it's a little bit twee for my personal style. Can you see we're getting quite a tight curl coming in now? And then the only thing I do a little bit different is after I've been curling like that, so wrapping it inside, but on this one I'm going to wrap round that way. Okay, again, not going to the end, so the end is completely sticking out there. And with this one you only need to hold it in place a couple of minutes and you can see how well it curls. And then so you can see the 3 forming there, and on the next one I might start much higher up like that. Okay, that's going to be very boring for you just watching me do this, so let me put this down for a second and pick up my phone and start to have a look at some of these questions that have come in. I leave it, by the way, so you don't start putting your fingers through it or anything on those lines. Oh my goodness. look at all of these. Okay, I probably should start at the first ones that came in. Style jeans, please, what this one just says. I will be doing a full jeans video, so don't worry, that will be coming. Okay, this one says a light raincoat recommendation for the park with kids that isn't hideous. Oh, I hear you. A lot of my mums need those. Where do I go? So, well, if you've got a little bit of money to spend, then the Barber ones are really nice. Not their traditional Barber jackets. They do more of a sort of a fashion related longer coat now as well. If I can find some pictures, I will show you. So that's nice if you've got a bit of a budget to spend. Mint Velvet, they do really nice ones. And then if you want a proper waterproof but still looks quite decent, then Sea Salt are very good for them, and so are Jewels actually. I know Jewels can be a little bit sort of mumsy, but they're only mumsy if you put that raincoat with a mumsy outfit. But if you put it with something a little bit cooler, sorry, interrupting my hair. So can you see how all my hair has got caught up there? So that is probably why people segment their hair and why I should do it, but I don't. I just seem to battle away with it instead. I think I've probably done that one already. So yeah, that would be my recommendations for raincoats. Let me have a look for another one. What do you have done to your nails? well, my nails need doing right now, but it's called ombre, and it's essentially the same as having sort of like a gel polish put on it, but they use a powder and it goes from pink to white. And the reason I have that done all the time is because literally on a daily basis I am in different coloured items, and I find this is the best for going with everything. I do have colour on my toes, especially in summer, and to be honest with you, I do get a little bit bored about having ombre, but every time I go for like a bright red or something like that, I need to take it off because I'm going to an event or I'm filming where it doesn't match. So yeah, so that's what I have on, which is ombre. Okay, so which 5 items would you take on holiday to a warm country? Ooh. If you saw my packing for holiday video the other day, you'll know I'd take a lot more than 5 items. Okay, excluding underwear, I'm assuming you're giving me that. What would I take? Okay, I'd probably take a linen cord set. I would, is that 1 or 2? I suppose it is 2 items really, but I'm going to be cheeky and say that's 1 because that comes as a set. I would then take like a little white top of some sort so that I could wear just the shorts and the top without the shirt on, or I could wear the shirt with the shorts and open, or I could tie it in the knot. I'll put some pictures up of what I mean there. So let's say that's 2 items. A swimming costume. Oh, actually, on the subject of swimming costumes, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my swimming wear video that I did not so long ago, but for that video I tried a Hunza G costume on, and quite frankly it just made me look as flat as a pancake, and I could tell it was comfy, but I thought for the money I'm not interested. Anyway, a friend of mine had it, sung its praises, said how amazing it was. I saw the photographs of her. She's fairly flat-chested like myself, but she still looked amazing in it. So I tried it again. Oh my goodness, I couldn't have been more wrong about it. It is gorgeous. It is probably the most comfortable swimming costume I have ever worn. This is not an advert. I am not getting paid by Hunza G to say this. It's basically me saying I was wrong initially with the information that I think I gave to you. I'm not sure if I showed it or not. I do too many videos now. I lose track of things, but yeah, really, really nice. In fact, let me go and get it and I'll show it you. Just 1 second. Okay. This is the one that I bought, or this is the one that I bought the second time around. It's gorgeous. It's that crinkly fabric and it's one size fits all. So what I have realised is it's a fantastic gift to get people of any shape or size. I would say it does still flatten me, but it comes, the neckline is such a nice neckline that it just shows a hint of cleavage there. So it kind of makes my bust look a little bit bigger than it actually is. But I love how I can pull up the legs really high if I want to, or lower them down. And on the bum, I can get coverage really easily or not. And I actually went on a dog walk with this on, don't worry, I had something else on. I had like my denim shorts over it and then a linen shirt, of course, over it as well. Kind of forgetting that I'd got that on really, because I'd been out in the garden doing gardening jobs, and actually on the whole of the dog walk, I live in the middle of the country by the way, I don't ever see anybody on my dog walks. It was really, really comfy and it didn't go up your backside, which is what I was expecting it to do. So I take it back. I do love these. I'm going to get another one for my holiday that is coming up with some friends of mine. One size, highly recommended. Okay, so back to that question. So we're on 3 things then: swimming costume, linen suit, some sandals, probably neutral colour, some brown, something on those lines, and sandals that I can walk around in. So a lot of them have got like a leather sole, not sole, but inner lining on them. And I find when it's a flat leather and it's not very padded, then they're not very comfortable to walk around in. So these days I need a bit of soft padding inside to make sure I could walk around. So yeah, I would take those. And that is for my jewellery. That's probably what I would take as my 5th item if I am on number 5, because that helps to elevate the outfit up for an evening. And if I'm allowed a 6th item, I would take a dress that I could wear both in the daytime and the evening. There we go, bang, your wardrobe done. Okay, what does your husband look like? Oh, and what does your husband do? Is that by the same person? No, it's not. Zomodo123. What does your husband do? What does my husband look like, first of all? I suppose I don't share my family on the channel. I suppose the reason for that is my husband was in the military for years. So there was, when I first started, there were security issues around that. That is no longer the case. So, but look, if you see a picture of a random man at the side of me now, then that is my husband. But I think I better ask him first of all, because he's not on any social media at all. He doesn't have any sort of Instagram or anything. He's got no time for that whatsoever. What does he do? He has actually got a very cool job. He is helicopter test pilot, which basically is a fighter pilot. And so he was in the military for years and now works for the helicopter company testing it. So he's my own little Top Gun, I suppose. But yeah, so that's James, that's what he's called. What else do we have? Do blazers suit everyone? I'm 5'9", hourglass, UK 12, and can't seem to work them. Thanks, Annie Bean. Do blazers work on everyone? Yes, in all honesty, they do. And if they're not working on you, then I hate to say it, but it's probably because you're buying the wrong ones. Now, what you need to think about all the time in styling, whatever your body shape, is that you're trying to create balance, okay? So in the case of a blazer, that blazer helps to nip you in at the waist. But if you, which is part of the balancing process, but if you wear a blazer that is too short and makes your legs look really long and your top half, your torso, look really short, then it's not going to look right on you, because you'll be all legs and a really short body. And equally, if you wear a blazer that is too long for you, if you watch my latest H&M and Zara haul, I think I'm trying on a few blazers which are just that little bit too long for me, which makes my legs look really short. So I'm sorry I forgot your name, but I would say that yes, they do work, but make sure that when you've got them on, you look pretty much in proportion between your legs and your top. Okay, hope that helps. What else have we got? What? I thought you'd all want styling questions, but it looks like you all want to see inside my house. No, probably not. Again, just keep things private, I'm afraid. That's why I film out here in the studio, which is sort of a dedicated space for this. I can tell you, we did a big house renovation sort of 5 or 6 years ago now, and we are going to do another extension actually, so maybe something fresh like that I might show you, but have to keep some things private. What do you eat and what's your exercise routine? What do I eat? Well, I do eat fairly healthy actually. I don't drink much alcohol at all. That's because I am intolerant to alcohol, so I might treat myself to the odd gin and tonic, but we're talking sort of one every 3 or 4 months, and then I'll be ill for 2 days after it. But I do like it, and I do like a strawberry daiquiri as well. In fact, on the holiday just gone, I had the strawberry daiquiri, really looking forward to it, and within about 2 minutes of having it, I knocked it off the side and all down my husband and my Amazon straw bag as well. So that wasn't very successful. Exercise wise, I do something called zero gravity Pilates. So to answer that question, probably a little bit of context for you. And that context is that I used to do a lot of body combat, Les Mills body combat, and HIIT and things like that. And then I developed a tennis elbow. Well, I've had the tennis elbow for years, but I also had an operation here on my carpal tunnel. So boxing and that was no longer an option for me. So I had to find something different. And that coordinated at the same time with the first day of lockdown where I was doing a HIIT class. I fell live in front of everyone and I broke my ankle and I severed loads of tendons and ligaments. If you can remember back in lockdown, certainly in England on that first day, it was all very scary. We were told not to go to hospital unless you had to. So I didn't go to hospital. I just got myself on an office wheelie chair and wheeled myself around for about 3 weeks. And then, long story short, really damaged my ankle. So I had to look for alternatives. So I started with something called Zero Gravity Pilates. They are a Pilates company that do a lot of the like Strictly Come Dancing people and a lot of the celebrities in the UK like Rochelle Humes and various other people. Anyway, they started doing live sessions on Instagram. And I wasn't really a big fan of Pilates. I found it quite slow and boring and just full of sort of much older clientele, and it was just too slow a pace after the boxercising. But oh my goodness, this guy Chris Richardson was amazing, and he has reformer studio classes. But because everybody was in lockdown and couldn't get to those reformer studios, he took his reformer studio workout and did it on the ground, just on a mat. So I started doing that and got completely hooked. So much so that I ended up treating myself to my own reformer and using the Zero Gravity app, which I think I pay about £5 or £6 a month for it. They upload new classes all the time. And yeah, so I do that now about 4 times a week. And then I dog walk every day. And that's it really. Okay, so while I've been talking, I've managed to do the majority of it, but can you see now, I kind of spread it out like that and I see which parts I've missed. I need to look in this mirror down here to see which bits. There's always something I've missed, and usually it's that very, very back piece. So I might pull that out and just do that one. Let's have a look on this side. Yeah, I don't like it all completely uniformed anyway. I much prefer that sort of rough look of it. So that's essentially what I do. Now, something to note is that this has made me really hot. I'm like almost sweating a little bit, where the hairdryer didn't at all. So maybe it is time that I got the updated version of that one, but I tell you what, it's never missed a beat and it curls my hair really, really nicely. So what do we do now? We leave it to cool for a second. So maybe I'll just answer one more of your questions, and then I'll show you what I do after that. Okay, your thoughts on the role of classic investment piece in a wardrobe? My goodness, yeah, 100%, but investment and classic doesn't have to mean expensive. So you'll see I get a lot of my items from Zara or H&M or maybe Reiss. And a Reiss blazer, for example, will set you back maybe £250, something on those lines. But it will still date eventually. They will go from single to double-breasted. They will go from fitted style to wider, more oversized style. So you are just as well better off going to Zara and paying £70, £80 and having that as your investment piece that might last 5 years or so. But don't throw them away. They do always come back into fashion. So yes, I'm a big advocate of that for sure. Can you recommend a good white hoodie? I've seen you style them in a lot of your winter videos. Yes, I do actually. I style them up a lot, and that's because I put white as this in between, the sandwich piece between everything. Do I have a white one I can recommend? H&M are always good for them. Oh, Cupshe Cupshe is where I bought my latest one from, and yes, I really like that. I'm looking around to see if it's here. Let me just go grab that for you. Okay, so here you go. It's actually fresh out of the wash. So that is the one I'm wearing at the moment from Cupshe. It is a size medium, and I'm like an 8 to a 10, but I probably would say that I like them a little bit more oversized than, and I maybe would have gone for a large in this. But what I'll do is I'll put a picture at the side of me wearing it, and I find these really, really handy. And yes, they get dirty. I have 2 or 3 of them. They're quite inexpensive. I think that one was about £25. There's always a discount on. Okay, and one last question. I just roulette this and see what it lands on. Not a question, but thanks for helping us learn so much. You rock. Oh, Shannock2503, thank you very much. Oh, you do have a question on the next one. Any khaki utility jackets you would recommend and best way to style them? Do you know what, I'm going to include this in a video because a khaki utility jacket comes out every single year. So I will be doing an autumn casual wardrobe, and I don't know them off the top of my head. The places that I would go to straight away would be Borkjen. I never know how you say that, Borgen or Borkjen, but they are pricier. But then I would look at perhaps Mint Velvet, usually do a good one. New Look, I've had a good one from. Hush, are very good for them as well, but I will include that in a video for you. Can you wear flared jeans when I'm 5'2" and size 18? Yes, you can wear, it doesn't matter what size you are. Absolutely, and the very fact that you are 5'2", so I'm only 5'3½", and so a flared leg, because you wear it longer, so don't go for the crop version, go for the full length version, and try and get it as long as possible over your shoe to the floor. Okay, that is not tripping up on them. Do not have it scraping around the bottom. Cut them right to size, but that will help elongate your leg. If any of you aren't following me on Instagram, by the way, there are absolutely loads of questions, so the least I can do is answer you all. So I'll do that over on Instagram, so please follow me over there if you don't already. It is Melissa Morrell Personal Styling, I think. Right, back to the hair. We're dry, okay? So what I do now is I run my fingers through it, or actually, there we go. I often use that brush there, and I just go down and I separate the curls. Sometimes if I want it to last quite a long time, I will have hairsprayed that first of all, then separated the curls. But actually I want a bit more of a relaxed look right now anyway, because like I say, I'm about to start filming. So there we go. And can you see how it's quite sort of so I want to use the word scraggy. I don't know if that's a word that will travel internationally or not, but it's not uniformed curls. And that's because I did some that way and some the other way. And that is how I do my hair. There we go. Quite simple, quite easy. I will try and turn around. So I'll show you from reverse. And then the other way I style my hair is I put it back, okay? But when I put it back, I put it back quite scruffy. So I just need to move the mirror so I can actually see what I am doing. So often so I'm getting it quite light there, and I'm keeping all of these curls kind of quite wavy there, with maybe just that coming down. And then I put a hairband in it, holding it all together, and then I pull the hairband tight like that, so it actually makes this bit a little bit puffy and messy, to be honest with you, because I quite like that messy look. Can you see that? So here it's all quite puffy, it's not dead tight against my face, and that would be it really. Sometimes if I want to hide the band, I would get a piece like that, and then let me just turn around for you, I would wrap it around the hairband like that, and then I would pop a pin in there, then it covers the hairband for you. So that's it, that's how I do my hair. I feel like I've only got through a few questions, and I'm sorry there are so many of them. So like I say, I will answer them for you on Instagram. And yeah, I hope, I'm not sure what you would have learned from today, to be totally honest with you, but I hope you've learned something. Maybe I had a bit of an insight into myself as well. But I will see you again in a few days' time I'm doing white summer dresses. I think I mentioned it at the start, but I'm actually doing it for a friend of mine who needs help. She's a little bit busy in her life right now, and she has kindly said that all of the ones that I have bought for her I can use for a video. So, but for now, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye.